On the Eastern Front, the rules of armored warfare are being rewritten, not by bigger guns, but by smaller, cheaper machines. This is a battlefield where $500 drones meet million-dollar tanks. Before sunrise, Ukrainian reconnaissance drones sweep the sky, searching for movement below. Once a Russian tank column is spotted, operators prepare FPV drones armed with modified munitions. Moments later, a buzzing signal fills the headset. A drone dives toward a target, striking an exposed hatch or engine. One hit is enough to turn steel into fire. Crews abandon their vehicles as the battlefield erupts in smoke and chaos. To counter this new threat, Russian engineers began resurrecting old Soviet tanks, welding on metal sheets, rebar, and makeshift armor to create so-called turtle tanks. These improvised machines are covered with mesh cages and equipped with electronic jammers and antennas meant to block drone signals, but protection comes at a price. The extra weight reduces speed, visibility drops to narrow triplex windows, and the main turret can no longer move freely. Many turtle tanks end up serving as armored taxis, moving infantry across mined terrain but unable to fight. Meanwhile, Ukrainian drones keep evolving. What once carried a small charge can now pierce reinforced armor or drop munitions precisely on weak points. On the front line, it's a constant race between adaptation and destruction. Russian forces also deploy engineering vehicles like the UR-77. Originally designed to clear minefields by firing a line of explosives across the ground, it has been repurposed for use in urban assaults. When fired into city blocks, its blast levels entire streets. A weapon built for clearing paths turned into one that erases neighborhoods. Another fearsome system is the TOS-1. Its thermobaric rockets release a fuel-air mixture that ignites into a massive fireball, consuming oxygen and creating a deadly pressure wave. Everything inside its blast zone is destroyed. Survivors describe it as if the air itself disappears. As this brutal war continues, the battle has shifted into the invisible realm of electronic warfare. Tanks now carry jamming antennas, power generators, and signal disruptors that interfere with drone control links. Yet, Ukrainian pilots quickly adapt, switching to multiple frequencies or sending coordinated swarms that overwhelm a single jammer. The fight is no longer just about armor and shells. It's about who controls the airwaves. Captured turtle tanks reveal the reality of the front. Inside, soldiers lived among tangled wires, food rations, and improvised electronic boxes. Old Soviet radios sit beside modern jamming gear, all connected with field cables. These are temporary solutions, desperate innovations born from necessity, not design. In the fields, turtle tanks often carry mine rollers and electromagnetic devices that trigger explosions ahead of the vehicle. Still, one misstep can immobilize them. A single hit from an FPV drone or a dropped charge can finish what mines begin. Strategically, drones have changed the balance of power. Cheap, precise, and disposable, They force armies to rethink how to protect armor. Explosions shake the ground around it, but Ukrainian troops hold their ground. In a trench only a few meters away, they prepare a counterstrike, a compact FPV drone armed with a modified warhead. The operator spots the tank through the drone's camera feed. Within seconds, the buzzing craft dives straight toward the turret. The screen flashes white. A direct hit. The million-dollar machine turns into burning scrap metal. What once symbolized power is now a wreck. For the third year in a row, the battlefield in Ukraine has been the hottest testing ground for modern weapons. Tanks, drones, and engineering vehicles fight side by side, each side trying to outthink the other. Ukrainian FPV drones have become the most effective tank killers, while Russian forces search for ways to survive. Their solution? The so-called turtle tank. Engineers dig old Soviet hulls out of storage, weld on thick metal plates, cover them with rebar cages, and mount electronic warfare antennas to jam incoming drones. These machines look absurd but serve a purpose. A Ukrainian FPV drone locks onto a Russian turtle tank crawling through the field. In the final seconds, the drone dives beneath the turret and detonates. The heavy machine erupts in fire and smoke, its steel shell useless against a weapon that costs less than a smartphone. Moments later, Russian rocket tanks move into urban zones. Their salvos are meant to crush defenses, but instead blanket entire neighborhoods. Each launch sends waves of fire ripping through apartment blocks and markets. Ukrainian forces, in turn, keep improving their drones. New warheads can crack open even the heaviest turtle shells. Some drones drop munitions from above, while others dive directly into the target. Each strike costs a few $100s and destroys equipment worth millions. In the end, this is what modern warfare looks like. Steel monsters hunted by flying robots. Soldiers fighting not only with weapons, but with software, frequencies, and timing. The side that learns faster wins.